Welcome to the SpeakHer podcast with your host, Camille Essick, the podcast where innovators and creators connect. Let's get started.
Help keep the SpeakHer podcast ad-free. Hit the link below and buy me a coffee. Your support keeps the podcast free of interruptions while bringing you more impactful conversations. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Camille Essick. I'm host of the SpeakHer podcast. This is the podcast where innovators and critics connect. What I need you to do right now is hit that notification bell and subscribe. You can follow me across all streaming platforms such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Pandora. And I would also love to hear from you. You can send me an email at thespeakerpodcast@gmail.com. Some amazing things have happened. We are now into the new season, the 2025-2026 season. I'm tongue-tied. The 2025-2026 season of the Speaker Podcast. It's been an amazing journey. If you haven't heard, we have hit our first major milestone of 10,000 downloads. We're actually closer to 11 now. And so it's just been a record-breaking year for the podcast, and I really appreciate it. I could not have done this or continue to do this without you and your support. So I do want to take the time to thank everyone that has liked, commented, shared, tapped in, every listener, every viewer, every reshare, every post, everything that you've done. I truly, truly appreciate it. Um, I've been taking some of our most popular episodes and flipping them into songs. So you can catch the new soundtrack, which I'm still working on. But I have about 5 or 6 songs out right now. They're also streaming across all platforms such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Pandora. And my first full video in between is also on YouTube as well. So go ahead and check all those things out. So without further ado, she is back. I met Monica in Atlanta in church. Actually, the first time, like really getting to know her, honestly, was during New Year's Eve service. We were sitting next to each other. And when I say if you wanna, like, be with somebody that is tapped into the service, I was like, "Oh, I like her." And I like her praise. So I was like, "We gotta do this again." But I really enjoyed sitting with Monica, and ever since then, I was like, "Man, she's so nice. I like her spirit." And just the fact that she was so checked into the service. I hate sitting next to people and it's just like, "Can you, like, wave your hand?" Something, and she was just so tuned in. It was just a joy to sit with her in service, and since then, we've been chatty Cathy. But Monica, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you, girl. I was trying to share this live stream through this platform to my audience, and I was following the prompts, and I got kicked out somehow, but it's all good. I'm back and happy
No,
to be
girl,
back with everyone.
no problem. And you can also just, I think, do like at follow and it'll tag everybody too, or highlights, one or the other. So it's cool.
Mm.
So the last time you were here, well, first of all, how are you doing? Like, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. I just came back from vacation, and so I'm still kind of in that space of, transitioning from being on another time zone and being back here in our time zone and just kind of getting back into the swing of my norm of responsibilities and work and ministry work and just life itself. But outside of that, I'm good. I am good. I have no complaints.
Awesome. And so the last time you were here, you were telling us about your author event. And how did
Yes.
that go? Like, how was everything?
Oh gosh. So it went really, really well. I had about, I think, 81 or 82 people that signed up for the event, which I thought was phenomenal for my first author
Oh,
talk event. So that was amazing. We had about 40-ish people that actually showed up, and I was blown away by the support from my church family, some people that I've known along the way they came, and just to see the impact that it had on people that attended and the feedback that me and my team received from those who were panelists, volunteers that attended the event, even those that worked at the venue, which was held at a library. They were inquiring about, when is this going to happen again? How can I get involved? And there were actually other authors that were there that found out about the event. And one guy actually came and like gave his books to me and a few other people who were on the panel for free, and was like, I would really love to be a part of this and this movement that you had. And it was an interesting day because it was also the day that we celebrated celebrated and acknowledged the passing of my father. That day marked 5 years to be exact. And so it was also an emotional day for me. And the team really just came around. They surprised me with the photo of me and my dad and placed it on my chair on the stage. It was a little surreal because I'm used to being the person that is coordinating the event. I'm making sure everything is in place. We're starting on time, things of that nature. And I was absolutely blessed to have some great people that were there that helped, to step in and fill in those roles. And I was just allowed to be Monica, the author, the speaker, and not the admin or the event planner. It just to be me. So that was a really good experience. So I'm looking forward to doing another one soon and some other things associated with it, but it was really great.
That's awesome. Congratulations again. I'm super
Thank
proud of you.
you.
I cannot be there in person because of the scheduling, but I wanted
Right.
to support at least by having you on to promote the event and just find another
Thank you.
so I'm so glad that everything went well for you. I know, like, even with myself, coordinating events before can be really stressful. So what do you think is one thing you learned about not just the event, but what did you learn about Monica in that entire planning process?
I learned that Monica can actually trust someone else with a special assignment that God's given me. Instead of just holding on to it. And I think that's the important and beauty about collaboration, right? It's being able to trust someone or a group of people enough to where you can hand it over to them and they can run with it as if you were the one doing it. And sometimes, as entrepreneurs and creatives, it's hard for us to let that go because it's our baby.
Mhm.
And I think what I've learned is that I can actually trust other people. Not that I've really had issues with trusting, but something that to me that was very big. I learned that okay, I can actually trust other people and trust their skill set and not question, not be like, okay, where are we with this? Okay, can you give me an update about this? No, just you put them here. God placed them on my heart to bring them into this vision to help carry out this event. You got to be able to trust them to do what they were skilled to do, what they have experience to do, and just take a step back. And I kind of struggled a little bit because I was asking questions. That's just my personality. But as we got closer, I had so much peace about everything that was happening that I was like, okay, this is going to work. This is going to be fine no matter how it turns out. It's okay. I also learned about myself that it's okay to pivot. Everything is not going to turn out the way that I envisioned it or what Monica, wanted it to be. Sometimes you just kind of have to take your hands off of it and be like, you know what, this is going to be however it's going to flow. Whoever's going to show up is going to show up. Uh, and I'm just going to trust God to do the rest. So those are some of the things that I learned about myself. And then lastly, that it's okay to just operate in one particular lane in that moment, and I don't have to be all things. I don't have to operate in all the gifts and talents that God's given me. It's okay to take a step back and just be in that one lane for that particular assignment and not trying to do all the things.
That is so good. So the trust part, I'm still learning that only because I've
Mm,
been burnt before,
gotcha.
and so like you said, it is our baby and we want to hold on to it
Mhm.
and protect it and guard it, but at some point it will grow and you do need people to assist you with carrying this large vision, right?
Right.
And you cannot do everything. You cannot wear you can try, but sometimes you can cause more harm to the project if you
Right.
don't release it and let someone that can hone in on this particular area. That way you can focus on something else. It's almost like, with a dam that has, leaks and you're trying to catch all the leaks with a bucket and you're running around and you can really exhaust yourself, versus saying, "Hey," and someone wants to come in, they see your vision, they like what you're doing, they wanna be invested, and so, like you said, we have to learn to release and
Mhm.
let those other people come aboard because we can pray about, "Oh God, I want, um, whatever to grow. I want a team,"
Right.
but you gotta trust the team.
Yep.
Of course, vet them, you don't just let anybody in,
Oh, of
but in order to
course.
have the team, you have to let them come aboard.
Yeah. You gotta give them the space to do what
Yeah.
you asked God to bring into your life and into the team. You can't just hover around and micromanage, and it's just like, no, that's not gonna work.
Yes, and what was that process for you? Just even saying, "Okay, I definitely need to let somebody come
Hey,
along." "Hey, Lauren."
hey
What
girl.
was, the process like for you letting someone come aboard and saying, "Okay, I need to release"? Because sometimes we feel like, "Oh, it's the brand, the project, the event," and sometimes it could be a sign of something deeper, like you haven't healed
Mhm,
in the area.
mhm.
Like, why I mentioned before, I'm working on that, where you've had somebody to hurt you before, and so it's like, I don't wanna go through that again, and I wanna protect myself." So for you, Monica, what was that process like to release and say, "Okay, I have to let someone step in?"
Full transparency, with the people that I, brought on to, assist me, I'm like, "Listen, I'm gifted and skilled in these areas, but A through L, I know nothing about, okay? And this is where I feel like you all will, be able to help me, bring together the things that I'm lacking in. And I just had to be honest. Like, I don't know it all. I'm not trying to present like I know everything. I don't. I actually need help. But because I'm the person that has always been the one doing what you're doing and what I need you to do for me, I need you to give me a little bit of grace. Please be patient with me
I'm learning.
and reassure me like, Monica, I got this. Like, hey, like check in with me. I'm not trying to micromanage because I actually hated being micromanaged
Mhm.
in previous roles. So I know what it's like. So I'm like, if I'm ever doing that, let me know, hold me accountable. And I had to say that to them. And once they kind of like caught on, they were like, okay, hey, Monica, so I checked in with so and so. This is where we at with this. And we just had like weekly or bi weekly check ins and meetings. So that gave me the assurance and I could see, okay, they're on it. He's doing X, Y, and Z. She's doing this, da da da. Okay, what she said she was going to do is actually producing some fruit. She's showing her results, things of that nature. And I was just like, okay, like you know what, we rocking and rolling. Like I'm good with this.
Yeah.
And it's a difference of when you put people in place and they do diddly squat. And then it's just like, dang, I gotta pick this up and I gotta
Yeah,
do da da
stress.
da da.
Yeah.
But when you actually got people who get it and they get you, Camille, it is a breath of fresh air.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's just like, so what do I do now? Like, I don't know what to do myself.
But that's actually really good, and it takes, the stress off of you, and it actually can open up more of your creativity because you're not
Mhm.
fixated on issues, and you have a reliable team, and that's where that creativity not creativity, that's where the chemistry and the
Right.
trust really comes into play, and when you have a
Absolutely.
team that you have chemistry with and there's trust, it becomes like a fine-tuned, well-oiled machine.
It does. It does. It's definitely it's a process. And I heard you said that it's something that you're learning, you're in the process of doing.
Yeah.
It's definitely, women of faith. So a lot of prayer, like, hey God, you're gonna have to help me with this. And then also asking questions, I want to make sure that you have the capacity. Like, just don't do this as a favor because we're
Mhm.
friends, or we're connected somehow, some way, and you feel like, oh, I want to do this for her. Like, no, if you got other responsibilities and you're not able to do it, like, you're not hurting my feelings by
Mhm.
saying no, or I don't have the capacity. I'd rather you be completely honest with me and let me know where you are. And if something has changed in your availability and your capacity, cool, not a problem. And I think it comes down to trust, vulnerability, and communication, and just making sure you have those frequent check or touch points with that team and the people that you brought in.
That's so good. For me, I would say the trust I'm working on is getting better through the podcast
Mhm.
space. I could probably expand my guest list, but I work with people I know they're gonna show up, they're gonna be on time, they're gonna be here. There's not
Mhm.
a lot of hoops I have to jump through with them because I've had people that were um not even like 5 minutes late, but like 30 minutes late. I've had no shows
Mm,
and left me scrambling. Like I've really gone through some things,
mm,
but it was a learning process and it really filtered out some people, and
mm,
so over the last couple of years, the people that are on, like, you always have so and so on, or this person is because they're reliable, I can depend on them, and I'm very big on, um, we're grown, I shouldn't have to chase down, certain like, it's already a lot to put a show together as far as
mhm,
what you do admin, emails, and graphic
mhm,
design, and scheduling, and I do everything myself, and so for me, I have to turn around, "Hey, we're on for a sound check. Where are you?" "Oh, yeah, yeah, my bad," and it's just like,
mhm,
that's just another headache I don't need, and I understand it's been, like, one time, but I see a pattern.
mhm.
We're not falling out, I just have to move forward because I already have so much. There's so many other moving parts, and I cannot add on to something that's gonna give me anxiety or stress me out
Right,
if I can't
right,
depend on you, so I totally, totally understand.
right.
But in that, you're somebody, like, even though this is your 2nd time here, you're on it, you're very punctual, like, you're not and then the conversation is always, like, so insightful. I'm like, "Yeah, I could definitely add her to the TSP family." And it
Thank
just
you.
makes my job so much easier, and so it is a healing process, and it is a journey. Um, and I guess you could probably touch on this. People see just the event or the podcast, but they don't understand behind the scenes,
My God.
maintaining the sanity behind the scenes. And if y'all are enjoying this conversation, please let
Woo!
us know. Drop us a comment in below. Don't just pop in and not say hey. Say hey and let us know you're here
Say
because we are
hey.
really yeah, be nice. Say hello. So for you, how do you manage the behind the scenes of everything that you do? Like maintaining Monica, how do you do that?
Outside of prayer, uh, I have to it's so interesting that you said say hi and be nice. I have to be nice to Monica.
Mm,
I have to allow Monica time and space to breathe, to exhale, to take a pause. I know I got a million and one things to do, but sometimes I just come home and I sit on my couch and I put all my devices on do not disturb. I put it on vibrate because there's some people who I put, you assign in your focus to like get past those settings.
mhm,
Um, and I just have quiet time. It literally could just be me taking a quick little nap, or you know what? I'm gonna watch something on TV. I just want to unwind And I'm really big on prayer and centering myself in prayer and being in God's presence and
Mhm.
saying, God, listen, is so much that's going. I have so many ideas. I have so many concerns. Like, is this going to happen? Oh, this fell through. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting how much this was going to cost. I only planned and budgeted for this amount of money. And now I got to come out of pocket this amount. But then what about my other bills that I got to pay that are important and monthly, and this is just a one-time event? And there was just so many things that, go on with the background. And then, are you going to make any kind of profit? This was a free event, and in my heart, I wanted to provide and um, pay for people's time and services, but it's like, I really didn't have it. And just that out of good faith, it was just like, they did me a solid. But it's just like, dang God, like, I really wish I was in a better financial position so things could be like this. And so all these thoughts and feelings, sometimes you really just have to quiet the noise, and you really just have to go back to God and be like, okay, God, listen, I didn't come up with this idea. This came from you. So this is your thing. I need your guidance. I need your peace. And I need you to direct me to where you want me to go, who you want me to connect with, things of that nature. And everything and every day and every minute doesn't have to be that thing. Like, especially if you got a whole 9 to 5 like I do, like, you got to focus on that and put into perspective, what are your priorities? Okay, from this time to this time, I'm only going to focus on this. And then when I get off of work, or even if you're a full-time entrepreneur and you got clients and they on retainers and they pay you, they take precedence over whatever big event that you're working on. And so for me, it helped to kind of put things into perspective for me. So I'm not like all over the place. It's like, from this time to this time, it's this. And then, Monica, you're going to give yourself at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever, maybe an hour for just Monica. Everything and everyone else can wait,
I
because
love
if
it. Yeah.
Monica ain't good, oh baby,
Oh,
nothing
nothing
is
is good.
good. Nobody. And I'm very mindful about what I say to people, and I try to be mindful of my response. And I know that if I'm cranky, I'm tired, um, I may snap, Camille. Um, and
Listen.
it's, and it's not nice sometimes.
Yeah,
Not
you need a
plus,
Snickers.
huh?
You need a Snickers.
So I try to not have snicker moments. So I try to help everyone at the same time by helping myself. And you just gotta take time for you. It's good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
today well, I know going into the weekend, especially on Saturday, I always try to have certain Saturdays out of the
Mhm.
month where I call it my spa Saturday,
I love
and so
it.
this past Saturday was a little bit of that where, um, I got into my sauna blanket
Mm.
and just checked out for an hour, 'cause, the sauna is a great place to detox, to decompress, to unwind, and I was just in there until I hate the word
Mhm.
zen, but I felt just,
Mhm.
like you said, very centered, very calm,
Yeah, I
and it's
get it.
also part of my health routine as far as fitness, and then facial, and then this Saturday, we'll probably be doing another one just because, today was a lot. I felt
Mhm.
it was overstimulating.
Mm.
Because of the events from yesterday, there were certain individuals and personalities, a lot of tension, some overt microaggression was going on. It was today was a lot. At
Right.
certain points of the day, it was a lot.
Mhm.
And so I don't wanna take that with me, even for this evening. I may probably make some tea. I'm very big
Mhm.
on I have LED lights. It just helps me stay calm. I'm big on aromatherapy on top of, the
Mhm.
Bible and everything, and just finding ways to kind of decompress from
Absolutely.
the day because I was like, "Now look." you know?
Right.
And so I really, like you, I've learned to say no
Mhm.
because at one point in my life, Monica, I'm gonna be honest, I was a people pleaser. I did not want people to be mad at me. I was very non-confrontational.
Mm.
Just being honest and transparent, even if I didn't want to, because I
Right.
wanted you to like me. Well, okay, even
Mhm.
though I didn't want to, and not good. And so I've
Mm.
learned, like
And it's
you, I've
not
learned
healthy.
it is not healthy. I've learned to advocate for myself. I learned how to speak up for
Awesome.
myself. Um, and there was a phase, Monica, I was upset with myself. I was angry and realized I was angry at me because I wasn't speaking up. I
Mhm.
wasn't saying no.
Mhm.
And I was like, I really didn't wanna do that, but, trying to be the good friend or, "Come here, she's such a good person," that, and girl, when you do that so much, it builds up, and I wasn't happy with me.
Sure does.
It
And
builds
also too, now piggyback, or I'm trying to say words. Um, when we do that, it teaches people that they can always do that.
Yeah,
That that's what they can always expect from us.
yeah,
And which is I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and it's a blessing and a curse all in the same.
mhm,
But I've seen that pattern of when I've been the person for them to always answer their call, to
mhm,
respond so quickly to their text message,
yep,
to always say yes, even when, like you said, I didn't want to do it, or I have other things planned, other important things, or just things that Monica wanted to do. But
mhm,
because I wanted to have that connection, I wanted them to like me, it's like I kept dying inside because I was just trying to appease them.
yeah.
And that is not healthy because they over there doing what they want to do, they could care
And
less.
sleeping
Oh,
well at night.
hello.
Sleeping
Listen,
well at night.
and you over here just stressed out and like haven't eaten, or you eating the wrong things, you're not taking care of you. But then being able, it comes back to setting boundaries. And I have learned to set boundaries, still learning it, but no is a whole sentence. I'm also learning in this season that I don't have to over explain. I don't need to say, no, I'm so sorry. I can't do that because I have da 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 da. Oh, you know what? I wish I could. Or hey, I'm sorry. I didn't click over. I such and such call. There's really no need to explain. Certain people, yes, but like not everybody. And it's like you also have to learn that everyone doesn't deserve access to you.
Listen, let's talk about that, Monica, the boundaries.
Let's
Let's do it.
come on,
Like the girls
sis.
say on TikTok, "Let's do it. Let's do it." Honey, there is a book
Listen.
that blessed me during the pandemic called Boundaries. I didn't make it past
Mm.
chapter 1. I was like, "Got it."
Oh, who wrote it? Let me
I'll have to find it. I will find it after the stream, and I
and
will text
tell
it to
me.
you. It's white, and it has a big red pencil on it,
Okay.
and there's also a workbook, but the book is
Mm,
called Boundaries, and I probably need to go back and finish it, but just chapter 1, I
okay.
got delivered. I got delivered in chapter 1.
I shouldn't laugh, but thank God for the deliverance.
Listen,
But
and
boundaries are important.
very, very,
It
yeah,
literally teaches people how it just puts them, I hate to say it like this, it kind of puts them in their place in your
yeah,
life. And I think a lot of times, and I think we all kind of are guilty of it, when you
mhm,
start making a certain connection with someone, or you start talking to them on a regular basis, or you see them enough on a regular basis, or you interact with them on a certain type of basis on social media, you automatically think like you just have this level of access to them.
mhm.
And we're just in this delusion.
Being common with the person and not honoring the gift.
Huh?
Somebody in Atlanta said that, I don't know who. I mean, he had glasses, he kinda bald, kinda light skinned, I don't know, but
Kanye?
I don't know. You might
Yeah.
know him, but
I believe I know who you're talking about. Mhm. I know who you're
yeah.
talking about. And you have to set the boundaries and I think for I was gonna say something, I was gonna get in trouble. I think when you get in certain levels, when you're visible in certain roles, and you have certain interactions with people on a regular basis, and going back to like the boundaries, I used to like it could be after 10 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock. People texting me,
Oh,
asking
absolutely not.
questions. I
Absolutely
need you
not.
to, can you do this? Hey, I got a question about this, and da da da. And because people pleasing, because I wanted to help, I wanted to make sure they were good, I always answered the phone. And it got to a point where I was like, that's not an emergency. But
Mm-mm-mm.
because you got so used to me hand holding you and carrying you, now we gotta change that. I
Yeah.
love you with the love of Christ. I promise you I
Yeah.
do.
With the love
I
of the
care
Lord.
about
I love
you.
you.
Listen, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be okay. What you messaged me about, it can wait till tomorrow.
So you know what I've done? And I learned this during the pandemic. I schedule my D&D 8:30 every night.
Mm,
It automatically comes on.
mine too, 9:30 PM.
Yes, ma'am. And unless something's on fire, somebody's died or something, 8:30,
Mhm,
that's it. Now, if we were already, like, on the phone at, like, 7:30 and the call goes over, that's different. But
mhm.
taking on new a new conversation after 8:30? No.
Camille's like, "Mm-mm, no."
No, because you have to think my day starts super early, ordered steps
Mhm,
with Deacon George, fitness pastor at 6.
mhm,
Then I still like this morning, I got up at 5:45, devotion with my audio Bible, getting in the first 1,500 of my 10,000 steps for the day,
mhm.
coffee, like, my day starts earlier now because with school, so I had to figure out how can I get my steps in
Right.
and do all the stuff. It's like, "Girl, you want to get up earlier."
Mhm.
So, by 8:30, ma ma'am, I'm tapped out. I'm check yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I understand.
yeah, I have to do that, and
Yeah.
you're
But it's
one of one.
important.
Yeah,
It's
you're one of
important for
one.
us.
There's only
Yeah.
one of you, and I
Mhm.
say all the time, I'm not good to anybody else if I'm not any good to myself.
That's true. And I think that goes into whether if you're married, you're single, whatever status, whatever
Yeah,
responsibilities, if you're what's that quote like you can't operate or you can't pour out from an empty cup.
you can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot.
So, like, if you're not good, then you're not good for anyone else that is relying on you
Mhm.
to do what you need to do for them in whatever capacity that is. So, and maybe your budget, maybe you're listening or you're going to watch this replay. Maybe, your budget is a little different. You heard Camille say that, every Saturday or some Saturdays out the month, it's always dedicated for this. And, maybe your pocket's not, where you want it to be. Totally get it. Check out Groupon though. Amen. Um, but do something. Go to a park. Go get in
Outside is free.
outside is free 9 to 9. It's a lot of state parks and local walking trails. You can go on Eventbrite, Facebook, they have or Google, they have tons of events that are happening, free things. I see things all the time with different organizations hosting like free paint and sips in the park
Let me
or
know, because 'cause I'm always looking for something to do. Let me, like, run the link, sis, please.
I will. Like, if you in fitness, like join a local run club, a
Mhm.
walking club.
They
I don't
have
know,
Black
whatever.
Girls Run in Charlotte,
And they have one
Black
in Atlanta. I think
yeah,
they
like,
have
Black
like
people just
different.
run yeah, Black people
Mhm.
run or something like that and just get together
Yeah,
on Saturday mornings and they go running, and that's a great way to meet
yeah,
other people, so
absolutely. And network. But then also, guess what? You taking care of your body, your temple, your mental, your physical, your spiritual. So do something for you, whatever that is, as long as it's legal.
mhm,
Amen. Um
and safe.
and safe. What
Yeah.
does that, he says it a lot. As long as it's something that's gonna get you arrested,
Jail or
put you
hell.
jail or hell or the hospital,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
okay.
you're all right. Yeah, absolutely. And in that, I wanted to add to the self-care because I
Mhm.
see people post like, I went and got my nails done, hashtag self-care. I'm like, "Girl, that's maintenance. That's not you're
That's
we sh that is
maintenance.
maintenance." To me, self-care is deeper than that.
Yeah.
Boundaries goes in that basket, what I call
Mhm.
self-care. Setting
Mhm.
boundaries is a part of self-care.
I agree.
Saying no sometimes, that is self-care.
Oh, yes.
Um, what d outside of, like, hair, nails, what are things or activities or just, like, part of your lifestyle that you deem as self-care for Monica?
Um, Nature walks, um, journaling. It allows me to empty out my thoughts, all the things swirling in my head. Um, so nature, journaling. I love candles.
Me
So making
too.
sure the atmosphere that I'm
Yes,
in smells good, it's
yes.
clean, it's, no clutter. Um, and then getting out and doing some form of exercising. Doesn't have to be anything that's like high intensity. It could just be like walking. I'm really going to start getting when I said I came back from vacation, I found out that the YMCA has aqua zumba. And I have mm, a healing ankle, as I like to say. And I've been doing some research on like low impact exercises. And water aerobics is low impact, but it's such a great workout. A lot of people think, oh, it's just for like, the elderly people. It's people in our
I
age,
used to do
younger.
it. I
They
used to
be
do
in
it.
there.
It's great.
Listen, you
Yeah,
in there with them water dumbbells, you over here doing stuff. You
yeah.
don't really feel it, but when you wake up in the morning,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
gonna feel it.
yeah.
So just doing those things. I love things that are creative. I love painting. I have a whole wall over here of all the paintings that I've done from like sipping paints and things of that nature. Um, I love water activities. So even if it's just going to a beach or somewhere that has water and just like sitting there. And one of the other and favorite things that I love doing for me that I consider self-care is spending time with my family
Cool.
and just detaching from others and just being with my family.
That's awesome. For me,
Hey.
self-care hey, Destiny. Self-care for me is, um, I call it tier 1, it's like tier 2. For me,
Right.
self-care is forgiving Camille, being
Mm,
kinder to Camille, being
yeah,
gracious to her,
like that.
giving her a moment to breathe, to
Mhm,
unpack, to if I feel something, being honest with myself about it, but then saying, "Okay, God, take this and replace that with you,"
mhm,
and just giving myself a chance
mhm.
and not having that self-defeat thought before I even had a chance to do it. You already like, "Girl, you haven't even started yet. Give yourself a chance," you
Yeah,
know? So, in those areas, that's what self-care looks like for me in this chapter
I
of my
love
life.
that.
Like, all those things are great to me, that's lifestyle, but for
Mhm,
me, in this phase of my life, self-care is what I call tier 2 as far as forgiving one thing to forgive others, but then
right. To
forgiving
forgive
me, being
yourself.
gracious to
Yeah,
me, being kind to me. Um, if I have a thought like, "No, we're not doing that," like,
mhm.
that level of self-care, being
I
accountable
love
or
that.
saying, "You didn't say that right, you need to apologize," checking myself.
Mhm.
So
I love
self-care
that.
for my chapter, that's kind of where we are right now. And
Yeah.
then also, rekindling faith within certain areas of my life or experience disappointment. And
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like we want to lock up or put up this wall because of that ego, that heart. We don't wanna experience disappointment anymore. And so we go,
Right.
"Oh, no, well, because you're not gonna do me the way the last and it's like, you're not there anymore. You have
Absolutely.
to allow yourself to be in a space to experience certain things again and to
Mhm.
give yourself a second chance because it's not like it was a
Absolutely.
lifetime.
Absolutely. My friends tell me, some of my closest friend well, a lot of people who are, in my inner circle, I'd be like, "Monica, you gotta give yourself grace.
Mhm.
Give yourself grace. You're unlearning things and you're learning all at the same time. You're
Yeah.
not always gonna get it right the first time. Give yourself grace." And I think that's so key and so important. Um, yeah, so whatever self-care looks like for you or, you as in, like, general,
Yeah.
um, don't don't feel guilty. Don't allow someone to make you feel guilty. It teaches people to know this is how they're treating themselves, so this is how I also have to show up and treat them.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
also, hopefully, that will encourage them and show them parts of their lives like, "Hey, you know what? I see what Camille is doing. I don't do that for myself, and I see how well it's working for her, how she has this energy and, she's staying committed and being consistent and showing up in these different spaces, and she's having, producing this fruit and all these different things. I I think I need to apply that to my own life." So
Yeah.
don't, allow someone to make you feel guilty. So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
then too, I think having conversations like this,
Mhm.
um, having the sister circle moments, I think is
Mhm.
important, even though I'm not there officially yet. This has been great for me. It's coming. I'm like, "Thank you, Jesus. Do it, God." But,
Yes.
it's just he's showing me that I have people for you when you get there.
Mhm.
And he's cultivating certain relationships 'cause, we heard on Tuesday a little bit about circles and cycles, and one of the signs that your season is changing is when you start to see a change in your circle,
Mhm.
and he's showing me, like, "See that person over there? They're waiting for you, and this person
Mhm.
over here is waiting for you," and it
Mhm.
also gives you a glimpse into the next chapter of your life, and
Yeah.
that's so good to me because you get to a new place, you're like, "Oh my god, where do I fit?" And
Mhm.
sometimes we'll begin that, engrafting early, so the
Right.
transition is smoother and you're not just, like, plopped into a place and trying to figure out, like, "So many people, where do I belong? Where's my tribe? Where's my village?" And he'll start to kinda breadcrumb, and you start making those mental notes like, "Okay, I see what's happening here. This is
Mhm.
good." You know?
Mhm.
Look around, try the snacks, and just go, "This is gonna be great." So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's really good. So I just really appreciate, this chapter. Whew, it's been different, but
Yeah. It's gonna be worth it.
yeah, but just seeing how, there's so much good coming out of it,
Absolutely. I
and
believe that.
sometimes we get so focused on what's not, but look at what is. So,
Mhm. Well, that's good. She preaching. She
girl,
preaching.
not
She
trying to do
preaching.
that.
Ah.
Yes. So, girl, With that being said, the time goes by so fast.
Ah!
Wow, that 30 minutes just rolled right on through.
Wow. Wow, Camille. Wow. This is how you do me on my second time back.
I love
Okay.
you, mine.
Okay.
But before we wrap things up, do you have any, thing I do want people to know they can, contact me online. I'm across all
Mhm.
streaming platforms such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Pandora, and they can also send me an email to speakerpodcast@gmail.com. But do you have any takeaways for the listeners and viewers until you come back? And then also, do you have any projects coming up and then where people can reach you on social media?
So, my takeaway, from this, and what I would like to share is number one, it's okay to say no.
Mhm.
Number two, you have to take care of you. Outside of God, no one else is going to love you or take better care than you. Number three is be intentional about setting your boundaries. And if people are bothered by your boundaries, if they don't like your boundaries, then that kind of indicates to you, like, okay, maybe this is someone who you need to reevaluate the level of access that they have to you.
Mm.
Because if they can't respect your boundaries, then they don't need to have access to you or the type of access that they think that they want to have. But once you put them boundaries in place, they'll start to see, oh, okay, I gotta come correct. I don't necessarily have like the access that I thought I did. And sometimes it's not to be mean or malicious or anything like that. It's just wanting to make sure that you have healthy boundaries and that all of your relationships and connections are healthy for you and for them. And then lastly, surround yourself with good people. Pray to God, if you're a believer, and ask God, show me who my community is, my village, my tribe. Reveal to me the people who are in my life. Now you got to be careful in with that prayer because I've been praying that prayer and I wasn't ready.
Listen,
And
the
I didn't think he
the
was
stuff
going to
starts
act.
popping off and you're like, "Wait." God's like, "Remember you
Yes.
prayed this.
You right.
You prayed
And
this."
so you prepare your hearts and your mind for when you start asking God to reveal who is who has the right intentions.
It's
And
gonna hurt your
sometimes it
feelings.
may even be someone that you would never expect. And they could be someone that's very close to you. But you got to learn how to navigate that because every season is something different. And some people aren't called to be with you forever. And, at each step, some people are. But I've been learning that some people come into our lives, for a reason and for a season, and some people are there for a lifetime.
Yes.
And you just kind of have to learn, the lesson from it and, move forward. Um, you can contact me or get connected with me. I am on I am on LinkedIn as Monica McQueen. I am on Facebook as Monica McQueen. On Instagram, I am on there as Monica S, as in Sam McQueen. Um, if you're interested in purchasing my book, I am an author. My book is available on Amazon and on Barnes& and Noble's website. I also have a Square link in my link tree where if you purchase the book and put your name and your shipping address, I will personally hand sign your book and mail it to you. The name of my book is called The Gift of Forgiveness: Unpacking the Impact of Fatherlessness and Restoration. It is about my story between my father and I and how the Lord blessed me, how he restored our relationship and blessed me with the gift of forgiveness for 13 years before he passed away 5 years ago. And as of right now, I don't have any upcoming projects. Some things are being discussed and being looked into, so stay tuned. Uh,
I want the
I
exclusive, whatever it is.
I will give you an exclusive
I want the
because
exclusive.
what I did in April may come back again. I just have to pray and figure out the details of it and not operate in fear.
And we'll
Uh,
promote it. We'll promote it. You can come back and
Thank
we'll
you.
promote it.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just living. We came out of this amazing series at church, with discovering your gifts and your talents. And there were some gifts and talents that I've been aware of, but there were some where they were just lying dormant because out of fear and like, I don't know what to do with this.
Mhm.
So I am gonna make some moves. So stay
Yeah.
tuned.
Since being there, coming there, for me, it's been like pinball machine. And everything, when you get in certain atmospheres, like, like, and I'm like, "What do I do with all these ideas?"
Listen.
It's crazy. And the
You talk
closer I
about
get
taking notes, sermon notes, listening to the man of God. And then it's like you got to flip another page because the Lord is just downloading and reminding you, be like, remember this? Remember I told you to do this? Remember you had an idea about this? Okay, so here's a new thing. And then it's just like, okay,
and I'm trying to package it all because I was
Jesus.
like it started with like, okay, I'm podcasting, but then I've released like 7 ebooks, and now I have
Mhm.
2 digital e-courses. Now I'm tapping into AI, and
I've been seeing you, girl. And, it was a couple of them. Now that we on this AI, it was a couple of them. I was like, "Is this Camille?" And you got to look real close. And I was like, "No, that's not Camille." I done been
That means I'm
I've been
getting better.
tricked.
You
I
been bamboozled. We
said,
didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
child, it was this video you did, and it was like you would turn this, well, but digitally.
Look.
Like, and we're gonna be speaking with Monica McQueen on da 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 da. And I was like,
Ah,
is this Camille? I said the AI Camille, I am here for it.
that means
I
I'm
need to
getting
learn how to do
better.
that, but I'm the only AI I use is ChatGPT. I call her Chatty.
Hey, it works. It's the best assistant ever.
Listen,
Yes,
but
but
for me, I'm not that advanced. I don't necessarily have anything like totally against it. It's
mhm.
still just some things I'm just like, I'm not 100% sure yet.
Yeah. So first of all, my mentor is
Nah.
here, Deshaun Gills. He is my mentor, and he has been a part of that learning process. And
Mhm.
outside of S&T, God, that's someone else God has placed into my life to push me as far as my capability and
Keep
my comfort
pushing her.
zone.
Mhm.
And there have been times he has fussed because I was like, me, I can't do this. This is out of my wheelhouse. So when I
Mhm.
started the podcast, I had my own lash brand. You know, I was doing makeup and lashes with this group, the Glam Group, Glam
Mhm.
Room for the Stellar Awards. And God dropped me into the digital space, which is when you talked about pivot earlier, talk about pivot. Now,
Mhm.
I can do brows, I can put on lashes, you know, but technology, it was like, whoa. But right, full whoa. But
Mhm.
like with Deshaun, he has really pushed me and he's been very patient. Even when
Mhm.
he's fussed, it's come out of a good place.
Right.
And over the last or this is September, 9 months to a year or so, on top of, you know, being under our pastor, creativity is coming in way in my skill set. I'm like, "What is this, God? Like, what are you doing? Because this isn't me. Like, I know you're doing
Right.
it through me, but this is
Mhm.
not me at all." And I've
Right.
had people like, "Well, did you go to school for this or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, I literally was like, okay, God, if this is what you want me to do." I took some blessed oil and I anointed my hands and my
I know
head,
that's right.
and the rest is history.
I know that's right.
So I totally get it. But when you have those people around you that push you and don't just see Monica like now, but it's like, Monica, I see you hosting at the Fox Theater. I see you
Mhm.
hosting, you know, at an event conference with, you know, 1,000 people and you're doing a big event for authors. Like, you have to have
Amen.
those people that can see those things in you and call those things
Yeah.
out and challenge you and push you and not be okay with your status quo of Monica 1.0, but one Monica 5.0 and just
Yeah.
say, you know, "Girl, you need to do that software update because there's another level to you." You know?
Absolutely. I thank God for the people just like that that you listed. I have them in my life. No one went to school for this. And I'm so grateful for one of the mentors that I have in my life. She is connected with us at Spirit and Truth, and that is the Dr. Matisa Wilman.
Love her.
And love her, love her, love her.
Mhm. She's
Um,
a force to be reckoned with.
when I first saw her and I like came around her, I was so intimidated. And I couldn't understand, but it was like a part of me that was like, I'm a little intimidated, but I kind of like it and I want to know more. But it was a something about her was drawing me to her. I was
Same.
like, God, what is this?
Yeah.
And the more I just, was around her, I got to know her a little bit better. When I started learning about what she does and speaking and TED talking, I was just like, oh,
She's her. She is her.
oh,
Yeah, she's a big deal.
listen,
Yeah.
and God knows, God works in mysterious ways because one of her last cohorts that she did earlier this year, um, I saw that she was hosting it and I attended one of her free master classes and she brought the upcoming one up at the end of it and how much it was. And I was like, yeah, so my Jace bank account ain't got that right now. But she just so happened to have someone who had sponsored someone. And she was like, if you're interested, she's like, I want you to send me a DM, blah, 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 blah. Baby, before she ended that Zoom, that woman had a text message from me. Cause I was like, God, it's making sense now. I don't know what's gonna come from this, but I really feel you so strong on this. I believe you have me to be connected with her and for her to be my mentor. So I would love for this to, to work. Girl, as soon as that Zoom was done, I got a message. She said, Monica, your message is the first one I saw. She was like, the sponsorship spot is yours.
Wow.
When I
I
say
wish I had known. Like, I wanna do it, but, like, even
right,
now, it's like, with my schedule, I'm like,
mhm.
"Man," but I really would love at some point
You
for them to
would
yeah, I would love to do
absolutely
it.
love it. It's changed my life. Like, she really does teach you to disrupt
Yeah,
the areas that God has called you to do and to be bold and to not be
yeah,
fearful and how to break those things and habits that like all the
yeah,
things. And it's so great and I'm so grateful. And just to have like one-on-one time with her has been
mhm,
life-changing. There's still some times where I get to pick her brain and I'm like, I have a question about this, and she's
right,
introduced me to different things, and I never saw myself as becoming like a fatherhood advocate. But she's like, have you thought about and da 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 da, and Monica, I really see you and da 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 da, and it's just like, huh? You see what?
yeah,
Oh, okay, wonderful.
and she
Okay,
has the
God.
prophetic advantage, so that works too.
That part. That part.
That's another episode.
Yes, amen.
Well, this has been such an insightful conversation, and I
It
hope
has.
the listeners and viewers, got something from this, and of course, we're gonna bring Monica back. She is, um we like you and she can stay, so you can stay, so it's gonna be good, so just thank you, and,
I
you
can
all
sit here.
yes,
I can
you
sit
all
here.
tune in next week, next Thursday. We have a conversation about love,
Yes.
marriage, and relationships with the Dixons.
I love them.
Yeah, so they're gonna help the singles. Cause have
Help,
you
listen, help
have you seen
us.
outside have you seen outside?
Ha I'm currently dipping in, well, I'd say dipping and dabbing. I peeked. I'm peeking
What's that meme
outside.
of Kermit when it's raining, he's looking at the window like
Listen,
like, have you seen it? So they're
I
gonna be
pulled
here.
back the curtain and I'm like,
I'm good. Yeah, but
all
the Kings are
right.
coming. If you didn't
The
hear, I said Kings are
Kings. No,
coming.
I wasn't there. I was out of town, but I've been
Yeah,
hearing about it. I gotta go back and watch it. But I heard the Kings are coming.
I boohooed half the way through. Y'all know I cry anyway,
This is
so
like you
yeah.
cried. Oh God. You know
You've
I'm
been
a
next to me in
crybaby.
church, I cried, so
Yeah, Camille be like, and just a rocket.
not too much on me,
Sorry,
Monica.
sorry, sorry.
Y'all, this has been the Speaker Podcast.
I might not get invited after that.
You when I see you, it's on site. I
Woo!
do cry. Do I cry, Rock?
You crying, Roxas.
Oh my god.
It's okay, because you're getting what you need. You're getting what you
I'm like, I do cry. I do cry.
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
Please.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay. So, everybody, this has been a great episode. Girl,
I'm going on mute. I'm going on mute. Bye. Love
you're
y'all. God bless you.
this is Camille Essick. I'm host of the Speaker Podcast. This is the podcast where innovators and creators connect. Hold on, Monica. Y'all be blessed. Have a great weekend. Bye. Thank you again to my guests, and also thank you for joining us on this episode of the Speaker Podcast. If you were late catching the conversation, no worries. Slide over to my YouTube channel and catch the replay. Be sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Help keep the Speaker Podcast ad-free. Hit the link below and buy me a coffee. Your support keeps the podcast free of interruptions while bringing you more impactful conversations.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the SpeakHer podcast. Be sure to follow Camille on Instagram at camille.essick, Facebook at the SpeakHer Podcast or www.camilleessick.com.